right, should be coming online soon, and we're good. Just checking the drop frames. Looks good. All right, welcome back, folks, to another episode of GPT with me. Today we're going to be switching from using ChatGPT and other coding tools like Codium to drive out the UI. I think there's enough there to work with. It's not great, there's other things to do. And switching over to using the same tooling to drive out an API. Remember, we got some Python code that we're working with to do transcriptions. So from there, I will be hooking that into some Node code using the same kind of techniques, just driving out the backend now this time. We'll come back to the UI. I'm going to cover that in just a moment. So why don't we get into the work stream? All right, a couple changes here. Changing out the camera framing position. Recap. All right. Excuse me. Like I said, UI is paused for now. Still things I want to do there. I think there's enough to go build a small version of the API that we're going to need to call, kind of get it working in memory, right? Like, let's get that there. So I did a little research as well last night. I think I've got a more solid direction on where I want to go and what I want it to look like. Excuse me. I've come across a couple tools, probably well known for transcriptions out there, Rev. I like their UI. I mean, they're very focused on the transcription piece of the puzzle here. I'm not trying to build a product. I guess if I was, I could probably try and find a space to compete, but I'm just kind of looking out to find ideas. So I like kind of general feel of the UI, just, probably going to do something super simple. Drop it, like drop a file or put the YouTube URL in. I think I want to be able to support both. I like this My Files concept where you can see the file. It's there. Like I said, they've really leaned into the transcription side of things. That's nice. Not where I really want to be, not what I'm looking to do. I just want to build tooling around being able to use these various streams to move forward, which brought me to Toasty, which is interesting because I think they're building themselves as like a podcast platform where you bring the information in, you can chat with it, you get a transcript, which is kind of where what brought me here was the transcript. There's some show notes, so trying to do some summary work. This is a version of my podcast that just came out a few hours ago. AI Unplugged is its name. It's a space where I'm generally kind of trying to pull out insights from this stream into things that I can probably dive a little bit deeper, maybe package up a little bit nicer, pull out some insights, which kind of leads me on to this article feature and their socials, and this very much the kind of things I want to be able to do with processing the transcripts out of these videos and podcasts and all of this information, and potentially bringing in some other sources. I've got a WebCat GPT I made that has a Python API that it calls to basically scrape web pages, so it should be pretty easy to hook that up too. And then you've got this kind of like chattable feature where you can chat with your content. So maybe that was over on Rev. I think that was more Rev. I think this chat bot here is about creating one for your clientele, and this one was about chatting with the document. So somewhere in this space, some kind of nice, real simple, fluid UI that has this ability to kind of extract the data. And I think it'd be nice to be able to kind of dial in some of these prompts, like maybe there's some generic prompt that gets provided and then you can customize it further as a user. Trying to find some utility here. So it gives me hope, I'm not marching off into the land of insanity. There's a space to be engaging that, it's $25 a month for this. It doesn't really do what I would want it to do. Besides, it's fun building your own stuff, right? Anyway, so that's kind of the recap and direction. Kind of got some solidified examples. And it's nice. I got screenshots for the UI to feed in and we loop back to continue driving out the UI, trying to get that foundation laid down a little bit firmer. Right now, it is about spinning up a real simple Node API. I'm going to refactor the Python probably as well. There's some refactorings I want to show off. I'm still in the backend space, right? Be given the experience yesterday with things working so well on the UI side and being able to track React components and not having to glob everything into one giant file, I'm probably going to refactor this into classes, and I'm going to explore some more of the Codium refactorings along the way there. But the goal is to get the landing page and the Toasty review. I don't think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get through some of this. In some of this, because I want to refactor, and then there's probably should be like a different three here, where it's like integrate Python into API, and then we can kind of get to our landing page demo, and then would probably be a 4 here. See, it's interesting when you start to think about the work that you're doing, API, and then I would probably want to hook up UI to API, right? And then that'll become 5, and that'll become 6, and that'll become 7, and you can see it's going to take a while before we probably get down that far. But that's okay. More episodes, more time to do things. All right, that is looking fantastic right now. All right, so the recap, that's done. In-memory API, awesome. Let's go chat. Help me create a Node API. Must take must it take a URL? Let's take a URL and transcription type, and then returns some dummy text for now. Just let's see if we can bootstrap up a real simple API that does one really dumb thing. Right, you got to start somewhere. It's giving me some good instructions. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Let's run with it. Okay, so it says to do the init thing. Let's try something slightly smarter here rather than constantly swapping back and forth. And then I can probably just nix that for now. Some Python refactoring. Now we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Where we are, text harvester. No, I don't want to be in the text harvester. Let's go to the API and let's paste the command. All right, let's start. So once again, it's doing the steps. It's telling me how to run the server. It's telling me how to test it. It's done a pretty good job of getting me going from ground zero. All right. So I'm going to install Express. And ideally, at some point, when this gets deployed to Azure, I'm probably not going to use functions. I can use I can basically bake these into Docker images and run them as container instances. I can do the same kind of blob storage responsiveness that I would get from functions. Just I don't have to worry about 5-minute chunks, which means I don't need to decompose the system as much, which means it'll be just easier for me to work with as a single developer here. All right, so it's installed Express. Things are still working. Awesome. Okay, let's copy the code. We're going to do some file making. We'll call it app.js. Oh, no, first problem. All right. I want it to be TypeScript. See, I did not tell it the right thing, did I? All right, so now we're going to go and blow out the directory. Let's start over. I probably didn't need to re-init, but it's always good to go back, be safe. Okay, pasting the things in. It's giving me some checking for the TypeScript configgy things. All right, things are happening. Let's get that out of the way. Update. Okay, I'm gonna go here, pop that. Nope, not UI, it's the API, not the text harvester. It's asking me to check the tsconfig file. I'm not sure if there's a difference between ES6 and common, but no. Strict, true. True. Observer should be dist, right? Include. Is that somewhere in here? No, compiler options, and then we don't have those. Cool. So let's go put those in. Like they belong there. All right. So updated things following its instructions. Here we go. All right. New file. New file. App.ts. Paste that in. The goal is just to get something basic going. I'm not going to type all this myself, right? I could have probably Googled, found some stuff. All right, add the following to my packages.json, package.json, scripts. Oh, there we go. Start. It's giving me all the good little hints that you need to do, right? On the server. Let's see. Module not found. It's expecting things to be inside of source, right? New folder. I was wondering about that. There we go. Maybe it did tell me to put the app inside out. Oh yeah, it did. I just didn't read the instructions. Silly me. Anyway, cool. Right, it's running. How do I test things? Testing the API. Copy. Let's go over to this one here. Dummy message. Cool, we're up and running, right? Git status, git add, git commit, remove functions dir, and add an API. Oh, probably need to be up, right? This is the problem working on two different machines. I have conflicts. All right, let's go see the conflict. Text harvester. App. Oh, which version wins? I don't really care. It's just a change to the command that runs this thing. Resolve. Complete merge. There. Yeah, I know there's a UI. I prefer the command line. And here, I'll just click the buttons. All right, that's fantastic. So I come over here. Everything's it's up and running. I mean, it didn't do much. It just takes a call to a transcribe. It's going to take a request body, so the URL transcription type. Let's go lock it down a little bit more, right? So we know a few things. We know where's my app? I'm going to do this. All right, let's close that up again. is a effectively yes. Go to definition. Oop, that was not the intention here. All right, so I wanted to respect this. So if I go back over here and say the needs to follow this Python enum. All right, so I'm just copying, pasting, driving back and forth. Okay, so can you move this into its own file? So I'm trying to drive the refactoring through the chat, just so that it knows where things are in reference to the code that I'm actually executing. It's just generally the nature of how this type of pairing works, and that's okay, right? Nothing wrong with that. Now it's asking me to make some more directories, which totally makes sense. New folder, and inside there, new file. Service type.ts makes perfect sense to me. Copy the code, paste it. Update this now. Let's close the Explorer. Okay, so it wants me to copy the code basically. Nope. Probably don't need it right now. I'm going to say that, and then it's going to be it, right? That's how that usually goes. Okay, so it's going to invalid transaction type. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Restarting the terminal. Oh, I don't know how far back I gotta go here. Ah, there we go. Cool. We'll use Grok. Yay! All right, cool. I could probably do some more validation. The URL needs to be a valid YouTube URL. So we wanted only YouTube URLs. It's our API, right? Let's do some validation before we hand off. Let's be good programmers here. All right, it's giving me a little regular expression. Oh, okay, it's updated. Giving me the test cases. This is really nice. It's not writing the tests, but it's telling me how to test them. I can quite easily turn those into test cases, because guess what's coming next? Getting some basic tests in place. All right, so that's good. We're gonna go. Oh, it does know it's been modified. Oh, good. It's better than earlier. Okay. Invalid. All right, that's what we expected, right? Okay, that one works. Transitions. OpenAI works as well, and it came back cool. Awesome. That is fantastic. It's giving me that nice, commented code is good enough for now. So ideally, somewhere in here, call out to Python code. The point being is that, like, logically when this comes in, I'm very, once I get one step beyond the in-memory version, going to dump this to a message queue. And then there'll just be something listening on the message queue to pick this up and process it back. I don't expect any of this to happen synchronously. That's just not realistic. At least not the performance I've been seeing. Anyway. Cool. So I've got that. We're going to call to the Python code. I'm going to say, can you please add some tests to the app.ts? Oh, not tst, but ts. All right, so driving this out still. Got a really simple API going here. Obviously, next I'm going to ask it to call a specific Python file, and we'll go that way. Okay, so popular framework, we'll use Jest. I'm on board with that. If I didn't, I probably want to tell it. We'll add some test files. It's going to test some stuff, run the test. Cool. I'm feeling better. We're getting some test coverage down. So I'm going to do the things it's telling me to do. Right? That seems sensible. It's nice. I don't have to go look it up. I don't have to Google like I probably would because it's been a while. And it's generally accurate when you read. I think the only issue I've had is with my ability to comprehend what it's telling me, not in the instructions that it's giving. All right, cool. So we're going to do that. We're going to drop you here. Get the configuration file. Scripts. We're going to want the test script here, which means we're going to pop that open, go to our packages, go to the scripts, and away. There we go. No, test is no longer not defined. We're going to be good little programmers here, and then I want to go make a new file. Source new file, app.test.ts, and we'll dump that in, and we'll see how good its tests are. I mean, something's not happy. Quick fix. I don't have that, do I? Well, we're following its instructions, right? Not that it's a reason to do stupid things, but it's bootstrappy time. It should be able to give me pretty accurate stuff. Okay, let's try missing test script, or script test. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a failure. Awesome, so I'm going to feed that back in here. Remember, paired programming is the name of the game here. I'm the navigator. It's the driver. It's the one writing the code, and it's going to tell me that I've got some problems. Ensure tests just set up properly. Just config. Oop, did I miss something? Oh. No. I did that at the wrong level, didn't I? All right. Hold on. Yeah. CD source. What do you think I learned? Okay, so the config already exists. Make sure that something like that is there. Okay. I'll copy the test. Okay, so let's go find the test file. Let's update that. Let's see if I get a different result. Okay. go. Yeah. So let's just ask it, where does this go? This lives. Clearly I'm getting something wrong here. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So I've got source, I've got the enums. Just config does move up. There we go. Got it right. Me being silly, right? Get status, get add. Status, get commit. All right, I wasn't taking small steps after each one, but that's okay, I guess. All right. So we got that there. We got our test working. Okay, so now API amended to call some Python. Where? What? Oh, with the URL and transcription type. Then return that result. Okay. So it's going to think I don't have a Python script, but whatever. I'm more interested in this, what it gives me here. Okay, spawn Python 3. I don't know if I want to update the test the Python integration. Maybe I will have to. That is interesting. Let me ask a question. How could I substitute out direct Python call? So the idea being, instead of having to have a hard dependency on that, is there a way I can make a service? Yeah, there we go. That's more what we're looking for. Awesome, 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 awesome. Mock service inside the source directory. Mock service. Update the test. So at runtime, I need the real Python called, but test I need the mock. So I haven't copied any code over because as the navigator I can see, I know it's a small enough problem I can keep in my head. That ultimately I'm going to have some problem. I know from experience to be driving towards these types of things. I guess if you're not familiar with trying to decompose this stuff and testability, you may not get here, but you'd hit your head pretty quick. I don't want to have a Python 3 dependency for my node code. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. I'm going to go create a new folder called I'm going to actually tell it in the folder services. So that way it's got a logical structure of the code. See, this is interesting. I haven't seen a lot of this before. I haven't driven out a backend this way, right? So it's really important to remember the folder structure. I suppose in the React side too, it probably had some sense of this. Okay, so what we're asking for is a services source new folder services. All right, and then we're going to create our Python service. So new file, well, that'll be Python service service.ts, and new file mock service ts. Awesome. Okay, so here's my Python service.ts. I want to copy that into here. I will go back and look at the rest of that later. Those are continue generating. I'm going to have you regenerate all of that because that is clearly not the right bit of code there. Python service. We'll figure out the path. We'll put a to-do. To-do, fix path. Oh, it's not it's not Python. I'm trying to use Python style comments and Node. That's the problem when you do more than one language, right? Mock. Cool. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. I love it because this stuff takes time, right? Like, I know how to drive it there, but like just getting it laid down and typing the code, and even if I'm using a Copilot, I don't feel it would be as fast or as accurate. Now, obviously, once I'm in the thick of it, it's going to be a little bit harder to do this kind of stuff on a larger code base, but it's really helping move things forward very quickly. Okay, so accept a service, perfect. So it's doing all the things I'm expecting it to do. Like, this really makes sense to me. Let's do a little Codium refactor. No, let's not. I can probably just do a traditional refactor. Move to file. Oh no, I don't want to do refactorings here. Codium and that are not going to stay compatible. All right. Let's take things as they are. Okay. Yep. Enum service. Create a file to initialize the app with the real. Ah ha ha. Yes, that's the piece. Right. New file. Server.ts. And inside here, that's how we're going to get our injection. So it's going to take the Python service. Perfect. So I'm injecting this dependencies so that things are still testable, and I get the behavior at runtime I want without depending on a version of Python in my test, which is really the right way to do that. This is definitely a place where you want to be using a mock service to break that barrier. But because I'm an experienced engineer and I've done a lot of testing, I knew to get here right away. I knew as soon as I could bootstrap this thing and get a single API there, I wanted to get my testing in right behind it so I can start making these good kind of decisions as I move forward here. All right, awesome. So now I've got the server updated. I'm going to update the test code. Let's all hope that it works still. I want to run the test. I really do. Haha, huzzah! They all pass. That is amazing and fantastic because that's the result we're looking for. Get add, get commit. What's the commit message here? Added in service scene to mock out Python tests. Get push All right, awesome. So we've got a pretty bootstrap nearly scenario. I think the pieces that well, let's go look. Let's close this up. Let's have a look here. So we've got our Python service. Remember, I got to change the name of this, but there's a few things to consider there, I guess. I didn't run it either, did I? No. Hold on. Let's start it. Let's make sure it starts. Okay, so it's no longer app, right? Did it tell me to go change that? Do I need to do anything with server.ts? All right, I'm being silly, but it's telling me to update the package. So effectively, I was saying, hey, it doesn't use server, it uses the app. At which point I was like, you should go update your stuff, man. Which makes a lot of sense. Right, okay, it's listening on port. Awesome. Now, so let's go find, I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in thought here. Let's go find the thing we're looking for. Failed to process transcription. That doesn't surprise me, I guess. Let's go have a little look-see here. Well, that's it right there. He failed to run the Python, which doesn't surprise me. Cool. So I think we successfully bootstrapped a API pretty quickly here, at least to the point where I'm comfortable to close that over. We've got our mock service. I want to just go update the Python service here, and I could probably inject the script, a million different things. And this is where it starts to get interesting, right? Because this lives inside here, lives inside there. I don't want to pollute this inside of here. So I'm just going to, just for the sake of getting it hacked together, right? Up, done. So that'll move me up to services. Then I need to move up to source. So another up, whack. So I'm at source. At this level, I still need to go up to API. All right, source, I'm at the API level, so I still need to go up to the higher level source. Cool, now I'm at the higher level source. I need to come down to text harvester, and that's where the app .that comes in. All right, so what did I do over here under the harvester, the app? Well, it's got a slightly different way of being called, right? I need to go pass some parameters through. So I am going to tell it a couple things. I need to go back to this. We'll do this, and I'll say, so in the Python service to do what? Script as is with parameters in the comments. So I'm saying, hey, I need some help updating this. Now I could go figure it out. I have no doubt I could figure this out. Like, I probably shouldn't need these things the way I need them. But we're working out. We're scaffolding from this command line version up to something that has a UI and can be run in memory. It's going to feel awkward, gangly, but that's what we're building services. It's building seams, abstractions, things we can tuck that behind and refactor it out in the future. It's all about just kind of seeing it work end to end, going, yep, cool, I like that direction. Quick feedback, slicing for feedback. There's the concept. How do you, especially if you're hacking at a concept, how do you avoid getting stuck in all the things? How do you start small and build up? Anyway, I'm rambling on, but that's kind of the point. There's the package server. Let's go check this thing. Looks like it's figured out that things changed. Failed to process transcription. Oh no. I'm going to say that it's an issue with this. And I am so unsure I want to do that. Let's go look at the Python service. Okay, so why is it failing? Let me at least send that back, right? Oh no, I'm making the wrong corrections here. Okay. It's just saying failed to process transcription. Where is that in this? Let's go a little search, edit, finding files. That's what's happening over here. All right. Failed to Python 3 can't open file. Yeah, figured that was the case. And copy. We're gonna do a little tricks here. So if I go up. That's what it is. Oh, of course, because it's not from where I was. I'm open to my brain. It wasn't from this files directory. It's from the context of the server. Oh. Wrong one. That looks like something's happening. That super looks like something's happening. Well, that's exciting. I am very stoked about that. That is awesome. What are we looking at? We're approaching 45 minutes. I like to keep these to about an hour. So let's. And it's Thursday. It's coming up on the end of the workday. Failed to parse Python script output. Oh, lordy, we're getting close. Well, I want to finish at least to the point where I get output through from the command line, right? The whole goal is getting the API hooked together. Oh, it's trying to parse it as JSON. So I can tell you, okay, I know what I need. I need that line converted to sending a JSON object back for this thing. So here we go. Help me convert this line to something I can send back to the API. We'll figure it out. That's the beauty. They don't have to be precise in some things. In some things, you have to be incredibly precise. But okay, so it gave me some help. These things are going to now be coming through as JSON, which I'm going to probably find incredibly annoying, but oh well. Right, progress, forward, ho, we go. I'm sure there's a million things I have not done appropriately here. Alrighty, let's go see. Because over here under the text harvester, what URL am I even going to with this? Let's go see what it is. Hopefully it's okay. Yep. Figured it was. Because what else would it be? I was like, perfect. Love it. Okay. Back over here, I'm making it dump out. URL type service and path. And if I wanted to read all of that, excuse me. All right, so I just want to read the contents of the file and send it. I'm not going to make the notes suck up the file. All right, it gave me some code. Oh, excuse me. You know, for right now, I think I am just going to make it send me the file. I'll take another step forward. I'll probably factor this a little bit later. I just want to see things come through, right? That's the goal here. Okay. So, if I take the indication here, and I go back here, and you know, nothing's always 100%, right? So I'm gonna go test this, but you know, I don't need the prompt at this point. Oh, I need to go up a bit, don't I? I just wanted to see it kick out the JSON. URL service transcript, right? And it should kick back. Okay, so we're gonna go against what I just said, and we're gonna make it read it. Yeah. Oh, I've got the file path. What the hell am I thinking? Oh my gosh, it's been a while. There. All right, let's test that one. So the joys of integrating things backwards and forwards. Yeah, I know the code's kind of ugly. Whatever. Oh, it's already there. There's that. Oh, didn't I? Now wouldn't it be all stopped? Move. Oh no, it's not the transcript path. Audio file path. All right, there we go. So if I can get this to emit the JSON to do the right thing, and everything's hooked up, then I think we can call it a day. But you know, I gotta remember to do the things in the right order. It's definitely been a long day. I'm gonna give myself about 5 more minutes. If I can't make it happen, I think we're gonna have to just pick this up tomorrow, right? It's working on it. I got there. Right? URL art file path. And the transcription. So happy. All right, that's working. Cool. Which would mean that now I'm going to just kill this. Start it back up. Come over here. Should be the same thing. Failed to process transcription error. Something's. I gotta see what that was, because something's not adding up there. What was the output that it failed to parse? Oh, audio files are already in none. Where the hell are you pulling? Oh yeah, there's the pathing issue with everything. But that's kind of right. That was the intention. There we go. It's integrated. Oh goodness me. That is a good feeling, right? All right, let's git add dot dot up, so it gets all in, git commit. Got the Python service in and working. Now, obviously, there's, maybe not obviously, there's still some stuff here. So I am probably close to an hour now. Yeah, we're very close to an hour. I'm gonna call it good here. So the next step would be then to amend this. There's one set of things it's not doing, and that's it. It's not calling the SRT or the VTT adjust, which would be really important because if you have to chunk the file, you need to reassemble this and rebuild the timestamps. That's what these do. So before I'm fully ready, I'll probably do it offline tonight. No need. I need to make that adjustment. But otherwise, the API is there. We got it bootstrapped. Let's do a quick recap. Call through the API, place notifications menu. I'm going to put that under point 4. Got done. We need a version of that. Now we need to refactor. We need to integrate. That actually became effectively that, which is fine. All right, we're there. Getting along, looking good. Awesome stuff. Cool. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you found this insightful. And next time we'll pick up and get the UI and the API talking to each other. Get that in-memory version up and running to round out the week. Fantastic. All right. Well, have a good one. Thank you all. Bye.